Hey guys, in this episode I'm going to be fixing up this $1,000 XR4, fixing up this guard paint, the side skirt, ABS sensor on the knuckle, and possibly this paint on the bumper. First step you want to do is jack the car up off the seal till the wheel is off the ground. Now that the wheel is off the ground, we're going to want to get our rattle gun and undo the wheel nuts. Now it's time to pull the inner guard liner out. Using a T25 Torx, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Torx bits, and you might have an extra screw holding it in. Now that all the bolts are undone, you get the inner guard liner out by pulling that up and out. Now it's just up here that it's connected. You just pull it straight out. Simple as. As you can see right here, this car has had a front end hit, which explains the few scratches on the bumper and why the bearing is slipping out of the knuckle. We're going to pull the guard off first, undo them two 10mm bolts with a ratchet that holds the bumper to the guard. Okay, I've pulled them two bolts out, but there's another bolt back here. That one there is the one we're after, so you'll have to pull that out as well. Okay, we've pulled all them three bolts out. The bumper just hangs now. Now it's time to pull the actual guard itself off. Using a 10mm spanner, we're gonna want to undo them two bolts there. Now that we've undone them two there, I'm gonna move over the other side, undo this one with a 10mm socket on the ratchet to get in there. Now that we've undone that bolt there, I want to come to the outside, take this panel off here, because there's a bolt behind there that you'll need to undo to get the guard off. So we've got the door open. Just want to grab right here. That will come off. And there's our one bolt there that we need to undo. Now using a 10mm on a ratchet, we're going to want to undo that bolt there. Now using the same tool, 10mm on a ratchet, we want to undo 1, 2, 3 bolts. So all them 3 bolts are undone. Now you're going to want to move the bonnet hinge forward a bit. Move this bit of plastic if yours has it. There's one more bolt. Now that you've undone that bolt there, you want to come under the car with a 10mm spanner and undo them 2 bolts there. Now that you've undone them 2 bolts there, the guard should just come straight off. Now we've finally got the guard off. Next thing we're going to tackle is pulling this side skirt off. So I've cleaned up the mess that I've been making, but now it's time to get the side skirt off. It's just held in by a bunch of clips, so we're not going to need it anymore, so just rip it off. So it's probably better if you start with these bottom ones. So what I'm doing is just getting a flathead screwdriver, chucking it in behind, and just slowly prying it out. As you can see here guys, we've finally got the side skirt off. Now it's time to get the knuckle off. So to get the knuckle off, we're going to pull this bolt here off first, using a 15mm socket on a ratchet. Now that that's undone, I'm going to move to the ABS sensor. To pull that out, you'll need an 8mm socket on a ratchet with a extension bar. So now that that's off, you just want to get it here, pull on it, and chuck it down there out of the way. Or if you want to replace it, there's the plug right there, unplug it. But we're just going to leave it plugged in this case because we're not replacing it. Now that we're finished with the ABS sensor, we're going to undo that bolt right there using a 15mm socket on a ratchet. Okay, now that we've taken that bolt out, we're going to take the caliper off by that bolt there, and the one at the bottom, using a 13mm socket on a ratchet. Now we've finally got it off. We've just put on a tub, a bit of wood, a rag, and then put it on top just to keep it nice and safe and out of the way. Now we're going to pull the brake disc off. Okay, now that that's off, we're going to want to pull this nut here off. It's got a Torx bit on the other side, so you'll need a T50 Torx tool, and you'll need a 15mm socket on a brake. Okay, so now that we've pulled that bolt out there, we're going to want to pull this one off. That holds the drive shaft in. Now we're going to be using a 32mm socket on an impact just to make the job easier. So now that that's all undone, your knuckle's ready to come out. Best way I found to get it off the bottom of the shock, put a bit of wood there and get your hammer and hit it down. Okay, so I'm back. I just picked up the front guard, the side skirt and the knuckle. So now let's put it all back on.